Hello there, everyone. Sky Ravenwolf here, back for another tarot card of the day. Today we are doing the message from the guides deck. I was going through mine, and my eyes kept wandering back to this deck. So, this deck is really good for, especially getting messages from your guides. Obviously, since that's the deck. But I always ask any advice, any guidance, anything I need to know, what is there, what do I need to know? Any advice? I generally don't. I just like to get a little guidance to see how my day is gonna go. Obviously that could have gone better. That shuffle could have gone better. But just generally just to try and get some guidance. So shuffle them generally 2 or 3 times depending. I usually shuffle until it feels right. Generally, when you're shuffling, you're just shuffling away any negative energies, anything that shouldn't be there. But I'm trying to get some guidance of my day. What do we got? Release toxic relationships. I'm not really in a toxic relationship. This one's a bit confusing for me. Release toxic relationships. I'm not particularly in a toxic relationship at all. Unless it has to do with my relationship with my cousin, which is an entirely different story, which I won't get into at the moment. Let's just get a little more meaning, because this is foreign to me, so this is interesting. In order for a soul to thrive, it needs to be an environment of love and harmony. Yeah, that generally works. I've actually been working on trying to cut out toxicity in my life, and just trying to improve, basically go by Rock Lee's in Naruto's motive of 1% better each day. I had leg day at the gym today, so that's good. My legs are angry with me, but that's fine. When there is discordance and imbalance, the soul suffers, and the body is often left with emotional or physical pain. I had a thought when reading that toxic relationships could also sometimes mean with yourself as well. So maybe in some way, in an interesting way, that I could be in a very toxic relationship with myself because I don't think very highly of me at the moment. It is something that I'm working on, myself, and working on saying something good about myself. Like I look in the mirror and I'm like, ooh, my hair looks really good today, or my face looks really good, or my eyes are really popping, because generally they're blue. In the camera I see that they're maybe hazel. I don't know, but it looks really interesting. Generally they're blue. But with emotion or physical pain, it's one of those because of my inconsistency with working out, which helps feel better. I'm already feeling better. This is like day 2 of working out, and I'm already feeling pretty good. My legs have this pain, but it's also an interesting good pain as well. But I still feel pretty good. My mood is already increased. Exercises helps with depression, so it does lift up my spirits a little bit. Oftentimes, souls like you who are making progress on their spiritual path will attract others who may be drawn to your light and can siphon off your energy. Yeah, yesterday at the gym, I was trying to do arms and shoulders, and it's like everyone was doing the same thing, oddly enough, and everyone kept gravitating towards me. So it's like, I do think I have some kind of light that some people are attracted to, but I also feel like I have this look on my face too that kind of stops people from actually talking to me in a weird way. I'm not sure if that particularly makes sense, but that's just how I feel. Leaving you feeling depleted and empty. Yeah, when you are in a constant negative state with yourself and about life, which is another reason why I started making these videos and started trying to be more consistent with being a creator, is just to put myself in a better work environment, being more creative. Um, Obviously, I'm not going to quit my day job because I have bills to pay, but that's a different story. But I'm trying to do something that I actually want to do. And I know it's very competitive and a risk, which is why I'm not quitting my job to do this full time. That would be dumb. It is always the first impulse of the evolved soul to want to assist their fellow travelers who seem to be struggling. Yeah, I've tried to help people in the past, and I thought that they wanted my help, and it turns out they really didn't, so I kind of just started sticking to myself. But there comes a time when you must realize that their path and your path have little in common. Yeah, they probably realized that early on, which is why they didn't really want my help. Even though sometimes they ask for it, and sometimes I just give my opinion on a thing that they're just complaining about. See, and that is the best. I have to remember how to read. And that it is best so that you part ways. Yeah, we did. I don't hang out with a lot of people. Hopefully that can change. Sometimes a soul will be brought into your journey just so you can prove to yourself that you have the wherewithal to release them. Yeah, I've had some toxic friendships that I've had to release back in high school. She just turned out to not be the best of a good friend. Toxic relationships come in all forms and can be detrimental in many ways. You know, like I said, you can have toxic relations not just with other people, but with yourself as well. Like I was saying earlier. In your life, attempt to release those who are not in accordance with your being and do not inspire your soul. If there is somebody who is toxic in your life, you don't have to keep them around, whether they're family or especially family. If they're toxic, I have a couple of toxic people in my family, and I've cut them out. Part of me cutting out toxicity because we've always kind of gone by this blood is thicker than water, and you have to stick with them no matter what. And I'm slowly realizing that that's not always true because they will stab you in the back, which is what they have, but we've always stuck with them because we're family, but it's not healthy for you in the long run, and you don't need to keep people like that around you. Um, where was I? You may need to restructure your sense of healthy boundaries with people in your life. Yeah, setting boundaries, especially early on, is very important, and I think that when if you're trying to create a friendship with somebody, setting boundaries is always a good thing, especially early on. Something that I've learned, and I'm working on setting boundaries instead of being a people pleaser too. Do not allow your kindness to be mistaken as an entry for others to mistreat you, which honestly I think was a mistake that I've made in the past because I've always been kind to other people. They've mistaken that for weakness or something, and they think they can push over me. Well, because I'm a people pleaser. They have, and it's easy to do, which is something that I am practicing not being and setting boundaries so that doesn't happen. Life is too short to be with others who are not enjoying the adventure and aren't helping you co-create a world you want to live in. Yeah, that's true. Even with romantic relationships, it's always nice to be on the same page with somebody. If one wants to get married and have kids but the other doesn't, then that's a very toxic relationship and you should really just part ways early on. Kind of learning that with my current relationship, but I sold my house and now I'm trying to figure out what I want to do after that. I got to make sure that I can afford another place. But even if it is not romantic and it's just a friend, like maybe even a business partner, like if you want to, it would be kind of nice to meet somebody to have a business with, to be a co-partner within a business, because that will help the business thrive. One person is just, it can be too much. And if they're not working towards the same thing, like they have their own ideas and they're completely dismissing yours, then time to get out of that relationship. But yeah, that would just about do it. That definitely put in a little more insight. So I do think that it was talking about maybe with my current relationship, which I won't get into too much detail. But it also, I think, reflects from, like I said earlier, a version, like a relationship with myself. Like starting talking better about myself, just look in the mirror and go, oh, you look really good today. I don't do that on a regular basis. So it's something that I should really start doing more, which I'm working on and going to the gym and starting to lose weight will definitely help. Otherwise, yeah, I think that will just about do it. Thank you for joining me on this tarot run, or the tarot reading, I should say. But thank you for being here. If you like this, please like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications for the next tarot reading and any other videos. I'm working on scripts for some other short videos for mythology and folklore and all that fun stuff. So we'll see you next time. Bye.